this week. Week 4, I took on another 6, but I think this week went very well, and I'm excited because next week I actually have a shorter week. And this week I actually read a play, The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams, and it was very interesting. I know it was kind of like silly to read the whole thing for one assignment, but I really liked the play, and it really helped to give me some insight into my topic of like parent responsibility, because in this case it was the child that had to take on the responsibility of a parent to protect his sister but to also provide for his aging mother. And in this case it wasn't always the perfect son who would do what was right for his mother. It was actually the son who, hey, I want to shirk my responsibility. I've done this for so long, I can't take this anymore. So I kind of like that perspective of, yes, there's this responsibility here, but it's the responsibility that it's so much, it weighs so heavy that it causes the person and the family relationship to break up because of how much pressure she plays on her son. Another thing I read this week was a poem by Benjamin Franklin, which in fact I didn't know he wrote poems, so I thought it was kind of interesting to read something by him. It was a little cryptic with the Old English, but in essence it described how a father and son stick together through all different sorts of trials, no matter what the world throws at them. It describes that relationship and that bond that father has to like never leave his son and to protect him in all circumstances. And then another thing I read, I did a short story as well, and I did this one by F. Scott Fitzgerald, who also wrote The Great Gatsby. So of course he had a lot of hidden metaphors and symbols all thrown throughout this short story, and it was another aspect where the parents swap with the children. A simple baby party where the babies can come together and play, it wasn't even for the adults, turns into an all-out fist fight and a fight for honor and innocence. So in a sense it kind of describes how as parents we have to do what is right for our children, but sometimes what we think is right is not always right, which my sources kind of helped lead me to narrow down my topic, which I'm excited about. And I've narrowed it down to the types of parents and how that changes their responsibility. Sometimes it makes them shirk their responsibility, or sometimes it makes them instill in themselves a greater responsibility to be there for their children because they didn't have good parents when they were younger. Next week I have a shorter week, like I said earlier. I'm excited. 5 with my novel blog, which is kind of a burden in some ways, but I kind of like it because it helps to add to my piece. And I am looking forward to more reading.